challenges of reconstructing the World Trade Center site is that we are building a massive construction project and a museum and a memorial on a site with both an active path line and active New York City subway lines. And that has created engineering challenges that make this the most complex construction site in the world right now. As you look around the site, certainly in the last few years, this site has dramatically changed from what a lot of people thought was basically a big hole in the ground to a construction project that currently has about 3,400 construction workers working around the clock on every aspect of the site. This is One World Trade Center. This is a building that is now going up at about a story a week. We're about to jump steel to the 80th story of that building. It is now the tallest building in New York City. By the time we're done, it'll be 105 stories, 1,776 feet high, the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. It is at the top of which there will be an observation deck, actually facing New Jersey, and you will be able to see the curvature of the Earth from this building. Well, like everything else on the site, the most important focus is on the family members of those that we lost. Memorial asked the family members, all the family members, about the ordering of the names, and they had more than 1,000 responses. Each pool is in the footprint of the original Twin Towers, North and South Tower, Tower 1, Tower 3. And many of the names are around where the building that they were lost in. For example, here at the North Tower where we're standing, many of the names of the Port Authority employees who we lost, including our executive director at the time, are located on the north side of the North Tower. The Port Authority's offices were in the North Tower. There was a set of stairs in the northeast corner of the site that went from the plaza level down to VC Street. And on the day of the attacks, thousands of people from the North Tower were coming down out of the building, and a number of them would leave the plaza and go down these survivor steps. The stairs survived the collapse of the towers. We created a 30-ton carrier to take them out to JFK, brought them back here to the site, and built around it. When people come into the museum, they will walk or take the escalator down next to the survivor stairs. In that air-conditioned, air-controlled box is the final column, the last column. You can see written on it, Port Authority Police Department 37, pictures of people who had been missing and lost. Impact steel is parts of the building that were actually able to show exactly where the plane entered. It's literally where the plane first encountered the building. You can see the pure amount of, this was straight steel the morning of September 11th, and was this the afternoon of September 11th. This is ground zero. This is the original bedrock footings of the South Tower. Directly above us is the South Pool. More than 1,000 people, there's never been any remains found. So for thousands of family members, this is the final resting place of their family. And that is a profound challenge and blessing for us to create a place of true dignity for those family members. Here at the museum will also be housed nearly 5,000 pieces of human remains that have never been identified. We're also building a center for the New York City Medical Examiner, so as technology changes, potentially some of those tiny fragments can be identified with people that we lost. I mean, it's very hard. I've been down here for 2 years now, or a year and a half, and every time you come down here, you realize the gravity of what we're building. One World Trade Center, we understand the challenge of building One World Trade Center is met with the fact that the original Twin Towers were attacked by terrorists not once but twice. First in 1993 and then again in 2001. So building a building that we know that will be a target for bad people across the world. We have nothing specific, there's no specific threat, but we just know, given history, that this is something that was certainly going to rise to the level of iconic places in New York. So we've built this building to be the strongest office building ever built. Both an outer steel and concrete shell and an inner concrete core. The concrete itself, the thickness of the concrete, Your sidewalk in Hamilton is 2,000 pounds per square inch. Here our cement is 14,000 pounds per square inch. The steel, each foot of steel on the outer steel is 3,000 pounds a foot. We are building an extraordinarily strong building.